Now we have a management cluster that consists of 3 nodes, and these nodes are only exposed to the management network. There is a user cluster connected to 2 networks, and that was created from a template that was also connected to 2 networks. This deployment is almost done. While this is being finalized, let's take a look at this. This is a Helm chart version 3. Easy Rancher includes Trident, so you should be able to deploy it from global catalog. In this video though, we will use the manual approach and we will deploy from the official Trident repo. The first step is to create a namespace, which we can do from the CLI or from the UI as we see here. In the next step, we need to download and deploy Trident. Now we could go to the place where the Helm chart is coming from and follow those steps. However, there is only one version available, and the documentation is slightly less good than the official Trident website, which also has more versions. So I will follow this page here. In my experience, it is usually always without any problems to follow these steps and just copy paste. So I downloaded the source code and I'm just copy pasting these steps one by one. I already have the namespace, so I skip that step. And the others, I need to modify namespace just to make sure that I don't make any mistakes in my commands. Once I'm done, I look at the provisioner status, it's up. I look at the status installing, and now everything should be up and running. So this is complete. Took us probably 1 minute. Now if you go to this cluster UC4, namespace Trident, I can see that all these containers are running. Now to get the worker node ready, I need to create an account, configure my iSCSI, and once that is ready, I'm then going to create a backend to define the HCI or SolidFire backend for this cluster. There are sample files in the sample input directory. You can pause here and examine them more carefully, but I have 3. One is for backend, the other one is for storage class. I use only one. The third one is for persistent volume claim, and the fourth one is a sample workload. So I just execute these and check after every step. In the first step, I create a backend in the Trident namespace. This works fine. I have 0 volumes right now. Then I create a storage class based on this backend. I can examine this storage class and I can see its contents. So I have very modest IOPS settings. I use XFS and so on and so forth. And the backend is SolidFire SAN. And the last step is to create a persistent volume, which I could do from other places. But in any case, if we examine it in the UI, I can see that I can edit storage classes in the UI. And I can also make a storage class or storage classes default. Just be sure that you don't make multiple classes default, because then it becomes hectic. So this is the PVC that was created in the last command. We can see its name, the file system is XFS. And then last but not least, we need a workload to work on this or employ this volume. This is an Nginx pod that we deployed as well. And now we go to Cluster Explorer and the namespace where we deployed this pod, which was default namespace. We should be able to see that this namespace has one persistent volume claim, and that volume claim is coming from this pod right here, which we deployed seconds ago.